Hello and welcome to Current News. My name is Neil. In this special segment, we will discuss news which is important from the perspective of your exam, the bulletin of the last whole week, which might echo in your question paper in the exam hall. First, let's begin with the headlines. National Dam Safety Authority on the safety of dams constituted. It will closely monitor the safety of Indian dams. It will also help in settling dam-related interstate issues. Economic relations between India and UAE to be strengthened. Both the countries signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. It is India's first such agreement with any Middle Eastern country. Government of India amends the rules for curbing single-use plastics. Producers' EPR responsibilities for plastic disposal increases. A portal to be established for monitoring EPR. Government of India's draft policy on synthetic biology released. The policy emphasizes on intellectual property rights related to synthetic biology. Global policies and protocols on synthetic biology to be monitored. And government issues guidelines for cryptocurrency related advertisements, displaying a disclaimer made mandatory for such advertisements. New directions on non-fungible tokens issued. Let's begin with news of the week. The central government has recently constituted the National Dam Safety Authority in view of the safety of dams. The authority has been constituted under the Dam Safety Act 2021. In addition, the government has also constituted the National Committee on Dam Safety. The National Dam Safety Authority will work for implementing the policies of the National Committee on Dam Safety. Besides, the authority will also make efforts for maintaining the parameters related to dam safety and preventing dam-related disasters. The authority will also be responsible for resolving the issues related to dams between various states. The Dam Safety Bill 2019 was passed by the Parliament in December 2021, which provided for the constitution of National Committee on Dam Safety and a National Dam Safety Authority. The bill provides for monitoring, inspection, operation and maintenance of dams across India. It provides for an institutional mechanism for ensuring the safety of dams. Under the institutional mechanism, National Committee and State Committee on Dam Safety, National Dam Safety Authority and State Dam Safety Organizations will be constituted. The National Committee on Dam Safety will have 22 members and it will be headed by Chairman of Central Water Commission. Besides, the National Dam Safety Authority shall consist of a chairman and 5 other members for assisting the chairman. The authority has 5 wings, that is, Policy and Research Wing, Technical Wing, Regulation Wing, Disaster Wing, as well as Administration and Finance Wing. The National Dam Safety Authority will provide technical assistance to the state dam safety organizations and it will also work for settling disputes between various state dam safety organizations. These state dam safety organizations will maintain data on operation and maintenance of dams in their state and they will recommend measures for safety of dams. As per the National Register of Large Dams, there are a total of 5,264 large dams in India, while the construction of 437 dams is in progress. The Supreme Court has issued a notice to the central and state governments regarding the implementation of the fundamental duties of the Indian citizens. The notice has been issued after a petition was filed in the Supreme Court. In the petition, a law was demanded for ensuring the implementation of fundamental duties so that all citizens can observe their fundamental duties mentioned in the Constitution of India with full responsibility and can contribute in the development and betterment of India. In the last few years, there have been cases where there have been violation of fundamental duties by government employees as well as citizens. As a result, the fundamental rights of other citizens have been violated. Besides, the issue of observing fundamental duties has also been raised in various public discussions from time to time. The fundamental duties were added to the Constitution in 1976 by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment. The fundamental duties of citizens are mentioned in the Article 51A of the Constitution. Initially, only 10 fundamental duties were included in the Constitution, but the number of fundamental duties has increased to 11 after the 86th constitutional amendment in 2002. However, at present the fundamental duties are not enforced by any law, but the court can take them into account while passing judgment on a case. In lieu of fundamental rights granted to the citizens by the Constitution, fundamental duties were added to Constitution for emphasizing citizens' obligations. It is believed that when the Constitution has granted some fundamental rights to the citizens, then the citizens also have to observe some basic duties to keep their conduct democratic, as rights and duties always go together. The Tamil Nadu government has filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court stating that the proposed Indian Neutrino Observatory project in the state could cause massive damage to the Western Ghats. Therefore, the state government cannot approve the project. The affidavit has been filed after the project got no objection certificate from NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority. The project is to be launched in that part of the Western Ghats where Mathikettan-Periyar Tiger Corridor, an important tiger corridor, is located. The Tamil Nadu government states that if the project is launched, then it can cause severe damage to the biodiversity and wildlife of Periyar Tiger Reserve and Mathikettan-Shola National Park located in the Western Ghats. Besides, the project-related excavation and construction activities will also affect the movement of seasonal migrating animals. In addition, it is the government's top priority to protect the Western Ghats, as the region is a global biodiversity hotspot as well as it is rich in biological diversity. The Indian Neutrino Observatory is proposed to be constructed at Pottipuram village in Theni district, Tamil Nadu. The project aims at studying neutrinos in caves about 1200 meters deep. The site has been chosen for the project because there are rocks all around the site and it protects the neutrino detector from other cosmic rays. Neutrino is a subatomic particle which is similar to an electron. Neutrinos are generated during radioactive decay, supernova explosions, and cosmic rays colliding with atoms, etc. The government is about to introduce a policy in view of the importance of distributed renewable energy in livelihood, especially rural livelihoods. For this purpose, the draft policy was also put forward for the public last week. As per the draft, the government aims at ensuring access to energy across India, including difficult terrains. Distributed renewable energy will be used for ensuring access to energy across India. Distributed sources, unlike centralized sources of energy such as power plants, are much closer to the place where the energy will be used. In rural areas, distributed sources can be used for power, cooking, heating, and cooling needs. For this purpose, one can use solar rooftop on the house roof and biogas plant in the farm. The government is emphasizing on schemes like Kusum Yojana, rooftop solar programs, solar parks, and green energy corridors for promoting distributed renewable energy. Some objectives have been put forward in the recent policy draft. The government aims at creating a market-based ecosystem for distributed renewable energy. Besides, the government also aims at motivating people for distributed renewable energy sources through finance. The draft policy emphasizes on managing high-quality products and promoting research and development. Besides, the government also emphasizes on operating mini and micro grids along with the main grid. The draft proposes constituting an inter-ministerial committee for regular monitoring of the process of distributed renewable energy projects. India and the United Arab Emirates signed CEPA, that is, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, recently. It is the first bilateral trade agreement signed by the UAE. Besides, it is India's first bilateral trade agreement in the Middle Eastern region. It will give a new direction to the economic and financial relations between the two countries, and it will also enhance mutual strategic cooperation between them. The agreement will benefit around $26 billion worth of Indian products on which UAE currently imposes 5% import duty. The agreement will promote India's exports in other labor-intensive sectors such as agro-food products, textiles, automobiles, engineering, and pharmaceuticals. In addition, it will also aid in reducing tariffs and custom duties on trade between the two countries. New employment opportunities will also be created in both the countries under the agreement. It will open up emerging trade routes between Africa and Asia as well as promote trade liberalization across the world. The UAE is the third largest trading partner of India. At present, the bilateral trade between these two countries is around $60 billion, and it is likely to increase to $100 billion in the next 5 years. The Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement is a type of free trade agreement. In the agreement, negotiations are held in other areas of trade and economic partnership. Besides, mutual negotiations are also held on areas such as trade facilitation, customs cooperation, and intellectual property rights. India has also signed CEPA or CEPA with South Korea and Japan. Reserve Bank of India has announced a 2-year sell-buy swap of dollar-rupee recently. Under this arrangement, RBI will conduct a sell-buy swap auction of $5 billion in March 2022. In a sell-buy swap, currencies are exchanged in which a bank buys American dollars from RBI in exchange of Indian rupees. At the end of sell-buy swap period, the bank agrees to sell the same American dollars to the RBI. The sell-buy swap will help RBI in managing its balance sheet. At present, there is a surplus cash of about 7 lakh crore rupees in the Indian banking system. The sell-buy swap will help RBI in absorbing the excess liquidity from the market. In addition, some experts are of the view that through sell-buy swap, the flow of dollars can also be managed before LIC's IPO, that is initial public offering, is launched. Besides, dollar supply in the market may be disrupted in future due to geopolitical tensions between Russia and Ukraine, as well as high crude oil prices, etc. In such a situation, this arrangement will prove to be helpful in increasing dollar supply in the Indian economy. Earlier, in March 2019, RBI had conducted a $5 billion swap with banks for boosting liquidity in the market, and RBI had bought dollars in the swap for increasing the liquidity of rupees in the market. It is believed that the purpose of RBI's latest announcement is reducing the liquidity of the same amount of dollars which is about to come due to expiry of dollar-rupee swap conducted 3 years ago. Ministry of Home Affairs has declared that Delhi headquarters of SPMCIL, that is Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited, as a prohibited place. The declaration has been made by Ministry under the Official Secrets Act 1923. The decision has been taken to prevent the entry of unauthorized persons in SPMCIL premises and in national security interests. SPMCIL is the only currency and banknote manufacturer of India. Besides currencies and banknotes, it also manufactures security papers, non-judicial stamp papers, postage stamps, passports, visa stickers, and security inks and commemorative coins, etc. SPMCIL had introduced a new series of 2,500 notes in 2016. However, entry in other 9 production units of SPMCIL, which manufactures banknotes and other government documents, is already prohibited. But the Delhi headquarters of SPMCIL, which prepares important decisions and important files, was not included in the list of prohibited places till now. SPMCIL's 9 production units include 4 Government of India mints, 2 currency note presses, 2 security printing presses, and 1 security paper mill. The Official Secrets Act 1923 is a British colonial espionage law. The Official Secrets Act 1923 is an amended version of Official Secrets Act 1889, which was introduced mainly for suppressing the voice of newspapers in different languages and for curbing anti-state policies and news. But its purview was extended to all matters related to secrecy in India in 1923. Government of India has amended the Plastic Waste Management Rules 2016 in view of the elimination of single-use plastics. In addition, guidelines have also been issued under the new rules for strict compliance of EPR, that is, Extended Producer Responsibility. The government claims that the guidelines will provide a framework for strengthening the circular economy of plastics packaging waste. In the new rules, plastics have been categorized into 4 categories. Rigid plastic packaging has been included in the first category. Flexible plastic packaging of single layer and multi-layer, as well as plastic sheets, etc., have been included in the second category. Multi-layered plastic packaging has been included in the third category. It has been developed in India and research is conducted using the GMRT under the leadership of Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Carry bags made up of compostable plastics have been included in the fourth category. 4 points have been included in the EPR regarding plastic packaging, that is, reusing plastics, recycling plastics, reusing recycled plastics, and disposing plastics. EPR has been mentioned in the Plastic Waste Management Rules 2016, and it means that the responsibility of the producer will be till the safe disposal of waste. As per the new rules, the producer, the importer, and the owner of the brand will now have to provide full details of the recycling certificates. Besides, information regarding the total quantity of plastic waste sent for disposal will also be required to be provided. Later, all these details will be verified through an online portal. The portal will be established by the Central Pollution Control Board. All registrations related to EPR will be done on the portal. The portal will act as a single point data repository of orders and guidelines issued for the implementation of EPR. The rules further state that if the producers fail to comply with the EPR conditions, then they will have to compensate for the damages caused to the environment. The compensation will be based on PPP, that is, polluter pays principle. The rules provide for constituting a committee for proper implementation of EPR, and the committee will be constituted by the CPCB. The committee, headed by the chairman of CPCB, will suggest measures regarding EPR. The committee will also comprise of representatives from different ministries and departments. Scientists from NCRA, that is National Center for Radio Astrophysics, and University of California have achieved a breakthrough related to FRB, that is fast radio burst. Scientists have detected the atomic hydrogen energy emanating from the galaxy of FRB with the help of GMRT, that is Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope, located in Pune. FRB was first detected in 2007. FRBs are quite bright radio pulses emanating from a galaxy located extremely far away, and it can be viewed for only few milliseconds. FRBs have been detected several times since 2007. Scientists are still not sure about the source of FRBs. It means that the concrete reasons have not been decoded till now, that what kind of a celestial body can produce such a massive energy in such a short period of time. However, the research led by Indian scientists is somewhat different from earlier researches. In fact, it is being speculated that from the results obtained from GMRT, that the galaxy that produced the FRB may have merged somewhere. There are also clear indications that the FRB was produced from a massive star. FRB 201809116b is the most famous of all the FRBs that have been discovered so far. GMRT is a radio telescope being operated from Pune. It has been developed in India, and research is conducted using the GMRT under the leadership of Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Department of Biotechnology, a body of the Ministry of Science and Technology, has released a draft paper on synthetic biology during the last week. The draft emphasizes the need for a national policy on synthetic biology in India, which will strengthen the country's stand on the subject. Besides, the draft also mentions that India should avoid taking conflicting stand on science on one hand and policy on the other hand. The draft has been prepared after consultations with various organizations, industry experts, and NGOs. It defines synthetic biology as well as discusses the regulation and potential threats in the new field. In addition, the draft also mentions about global policies, protocols, and intellectual property rights related to synthetic biology. It will assist in formation of a national policy on synthetic biology in India. The Biotechnology Regulatory Authority of India Bill 2013 has been pending in the Parliament since 2013, as it was opposed by several interest groups in India. Synthetic biology is an emerging branch of science which is related to molecular biology, bioinformatics, engineering science, microbiology, physics, chemistry, etc. It is the science based on genetic engineering in which genome sequencing, editing, and modification are used for creating such unnatural organisms or organic molecules which can function in living systems. For example, as a substitute for real roses, yeast produce rose oil, which is used for adding fragrance in perfumes. In addition, using microorganisms for bioremediation for removing pollutants from water, soil, and air is also an application of synthetic biology. Synthetic biology also enables scientists to design and modify new sequences of DNA from scratch. It can be used in the fields like pharmaceutical industry, fashion industry, agriculture, etc. In the pharmaceutical industry, it is used for making natural compounds such as artemisinin, which treats malaria. It can also be used in CAR T cell therapy for treating cancer. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate event is being organized for celebrating the scientific achievements of India and for highlighting science and technology's role in the future. The week-long event will be organized from 22nd to 28th February 2022 across India. The initiative is an attempt for displaying India's scientific legacy and technological prowess, which will aid in finding solutions to the problems related to defense, space, health, agriculture, etc. Under the event, science and technology-related various activities will be organized across 75 cities of India. Besides, Science and Technology Mega Expo, National Science Book Fair and Vigyan Sahitya Mahotsav will also be organized in Delhi during this period. The event is being organized by about 12 departments related to science and technology under the leadership of Office of Principal Scientific Advisor of India and Ministry of Culture. The event is aimed at inspiring India's youth and promoting their role in building a progressive nation. Besides, the initiative also aims at underlining the importance of science in socio-economic development of India. The entire event will be organized under 4 themes. The first theme is From the Annals of History of Science and Technology. Under this theme, role of founders of modern science and institutions of national importance will be highlighted. For this purpose, 75 films will be screened on 75 scientists and 75 lectures by eminent scientists will be organized at 75 locations. The second theme is Landmarks of Modern Science and Technology. Under this theme, major discoveries, innovations and inventions which have contributed significantly in the field of science will be displayed. The third theme is Indigenous Traditional Inventions and Innovations, and under this theme, 75 such inventions will be displayed which have made India self-reliant. The fourth theme is Transforming India, and under this theme, roadmap for the next 25 years of science and technology in India will be focused upon. Besides, lectures of 75 eminent scientists and technocrats of India and abroad will also be organized. The important event will culminate on 28th February, which is celebrated as National Science Day in India. National Science Day is celebrated to commemorate the discovery of Raman effect by Nobel laureate C.V. Raman. ASCI, that is Advertising Standards Council of India, has issued some guidelines in view of the interests of customers. These guidelines have been issued for advertisements related to products associated with cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens. As per the guidelines, all advertisements related to the virtual digital asset products and exchanges will have to display a disclaimer from now onwards. The disclaimer will mention that the crypto products are unregulated and it contains risk. In case advertisements related to crypto products do not comply with these instructions, the media owners have been directed to not telecast such advertisements. It has been instructed in the guidelines that the advertisements claiming about making a person rich in no time and showcasing high future benefits must not be telecast. Besides, the advertisements must also not use populist words like currency, custodian, securities, and depositories. NFT, that is non-fungible tokens, term is in discussions these days. In today's time, any object can be easily converted into digital form. Digital form includes drawings, photos, videos, GIFs, in-game items, and even original tweets. NFTs can be issued on all these digital forms, and it can then be purchased by using cryptocurrency. Unlike other digital forms, NFT is somewhat different as it is operated with blockchain technology. Therefore, all NFT-related transactions will be recorded from now onwards. It is generally seen that many copies of a painting made by a well-known painter are available in the market, but the original painting remains in possession of the original painter. The same theory applies to today's digital world. For example, all the copies of the video of 6 sixes hit by Yuvraj Singh are available on internet, but the original video will be in possession of a particular channel which had broadcasted that particular match. The same channel may later issue tokens, that is non-fungible tokens, for the original video's ownership. The central government has recently approved the extension of the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan scheme till March 2026 or the next review meeting. About 1,600 projects will be aided under the new phase of this scheme. About 13,000 crore rupees will be spent for this purpose. It is a centrally sponsored scheme which was launched in 2013. It aims at making various efforts for promoting higher education in these states. Under this campaign, financial assistance is provided to the states for promoting equality in the universities and colleges of these states, access to higher education for all, and excellence. The new phase of Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan aims at covering remote rural areas, left-wing extremism affected areas, aspirational districts, areas deprived of educational facilities, etc., and increasing access to higher education of socio-economical deprived groups of these areas. Besides, in the new phase of the campaign, support is to be provided to the state government for generating employment through gender inclusion, equality, vocational and skill education, etc. In addition, support will also be provided to the state governments for setting up new model degree colleges and for multidisciplinary education and research in these state universities. The new phase of Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan scheme has been designed for implementing the recommendations and objectives of the new education policy. It will aid in reforming the present system of higher education and facilitating quality higher education with equity and inclusion. Let us now look at 5 questions based on the bulletin.
The 5 questions based on this bulletin are as follows. Question 1. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Fundamental duties were added to the Constitution of India by the 44th Constitutional Amendment in 1976. 2. Fundamental duties are mentioned in Article 51A of the Constitution of India. You have to select the correct statement with the help of the given options. A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. Next question. Consider the following statements. 1. National Tiger Conservation Authority, that is NTCA, is a statutory body under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. 2. NTCA was established in 2008. Which of the above statement or statements is or are not correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. Next question. Consider the following statements. 1. Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited, that is SPMCIL, headquarters is located in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. 2. SPMCIL is the only currency and banknote manufacturer of India. Which of the above statement or statements is or are not correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. Next question. Consider the following statements. 1. Under Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, financial assistance is provided to the states for promoting equality, universal access to higher education and excellence in the universities and the colleges of the states. 2. It is a centrally sponsored scheme which was launched in 2013. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. Now the 5th and the last question is, consider the following statements. Statement 1. 1. Any object that can be converted into digital form can be NFT. 2. The full form of NFT is non-financial token. You have to select the correct statement with the help of the given options. And options are A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2.
So for the time being, that's all in this bulletin. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe Drishti IAS Hindi, English and PCS YouTube channels. At the end, let us have a look at few more events of the last week in other news.
United Nations Environment Programme has released its annual Frontiers report titled Noise, Blazes and Mismatches, Emerging Issues of Environmental Concern. The report identifies 3 environmental issues, namely urban noise pollution, forest fires as well as phenological changes, and it also provides solutions for curbing climate change, pollution and loss of biodiversity. Phenology deals with the duration of different stages of the life cycle of plants and wildlife. It is driven by environmental factors like temperature, length of the day, rainfall, etc. Climate change transforms these natural cycles and it is known as phenological changes. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has recently ordered the closure of apps, websites and social media accounts of foreign Punjab Politics TV. The contents of the closed digital media platforms were likely to cause communal violence and separatism. In addition, they also threaten the sovereignty and integrity of India as well as the security of the states and public order. Besides, it is also being linked to an organization called Sikhs for Justice, which has been declared illegal in India under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee had recently sent a recommendation to the governor to convene the session of the Legislative Assembly. The governor returned the recommendation to the Chief Minister for reconsideration. The governor has cited the compliance of the rules of business passed under Article 166, Section 3 for returning the recommendation. This incident has created a constitutional deadlock in West Bengal. As per Article 166(3) of the Constitution of India, the governor can make rules for facilitating and allocating work among the government. A team of veterinarians has recently detected a new species of bent-toed gecko lizard in the forest areas of Umroi military station in Meghalaya. Its scientific name is Cryptodactylus exercitus. The lizard has also been given the name Indian Army bent-toed gecko. The name has been coined to honor the services rendered by the Indian Army to the country. Gecko falls under the reptile category of animals and it is found in all continents except Antarctica. Prime Minister of India inaugurated Asia's largest and India's first bio-CNG plant at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, through video conferencing. It has been decided to set up the plant in Indore as waste is segregated in a proper manner in the city. About 17,000 kg CNG and 100 tons organic manure will be produced in the plant daily. The project is a PPP model-based joint venture of Indore Municipal Corporation and Indo-Enviro Integrated Solutions Limited. The vision of waste to wealth and circular economy has also been realized with Gobardhan Bio-CNG plants construction in Indore. It will also strengthen the Swachh Bharat Abhiyaan Urban 2.0, which aims at making all the cities of India as waste-free cities. Tamil Nadu Cashew Processors and Exporters Association has recently applied for geographical indication, that is GI tag, for Panruti cashews. Panruti cashews are unique because of their taste and quality. They are mainly cultivated in laterite and red soils as well as coastal sands. Although Panruti cashews are slightly smaller in size, but they sell at much higher cost in the market. In common parlance, they are known as the gold mines of Cuddalore. Panruti cashews from Tamil Nadu are in huge demand in India as well as across the world. In the series of programs organized under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the Ekam Bharatam program was organized by the Ministry of Culture on International Mother Language Day. A signature tune of the song Vande Bharatam was also released by Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi, Minister of State for Culture and External Affairs on this occasion. The song Vande Bharatam was composed by the Ministry of Culture for Vande Bharatam Nritya Utsav, organized for celebrating the National Republic Day event 2022. This song has been composed by Grammy Award winner Ricky Cage and Oscar contender Bikram Ghosh. Government of India has recently notified the Green Hydrogen and Ammonia Policy. The Green Hydrogen Policy aims at meeting the goals of National Hydrogen Mission launched in 2021. It will also help in producing 5 million tons of green hydrogen by 2030. The ammonia policy offers ammonia manufacturers to buy renewable energy from power exchangers. It also provides for the ammonia manufacturers to conserve their unused renewable energy for 30 days. These policies are important steps towards creating a favorable regulatory and enabling environment for the green hydrogen and ammonia sector. With the implementation of these policies, the common people of India will get clean fuel. Besides, it will also help in reducing the dependence on fossil fuels, and as its result, crude oil imports will also decrease. In addition, India may become an export hub of green hydrogen and green ammonia.